Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to my page. Common sense. I try to use it under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, there's something very important to say. But everything I say is fucking important. Do you have any comments, questions, roast fest insults, or suggestions? You put it down below. And I, my friend, will monitor it, screen it, approve of it, or disband it. Okay? Of course, my day has been okay. I'm okay. The voices interfere with my concentration sometimes, but I can't help. I can't do nothing about that. I'm to a degree, I'm okay. I've been hot, ladies. The temperature's been fluctuating. It's what's today? Today is the 26th of November. Thanksgiving just passed, and I'm just wasting a minute of your time. My wife is sitting over there looking at her little phone. Okay, she's still not convinced that I have magic. I told her when she tells her sister that she's my second wife. Okay, then her country will be better. Okay, but when she don't bring her sister, her country will go in turmoil. Okay, but I have my own reasons to believe this is going to be true or so, because a lot of magical things happen in my life, and I believe it because that's what the boys tell me. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You're not that special. Trust me, you're not. But anyway, I deserve it too. So I digress. Okay, right, my love? Don't I deserve everything I get?
Shut up.
Right? You love me?
No.
You swollen?
No. Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. Look at that. She's so cute. She's so cute. Look at her. You so cute. Look at you. She's smiling. But anyway, let's go into the topic here. Now, okay, as I was going through there, I was just reading some stuff on the YouTube, and I found out something about affirmative action. Affirmative action. And have I taken advantage of affirmative action? I don't think so, okay? I never knew of affirmative action back in the 1990s when I went to Johnson C. Smith University or ITT Tech or something like that. I don't believe that I went through that. But maybe it had happened without my knowing. But if it did, that would be a fucking terrible fucking thing, okay? But at least I didn't take advantage of those benefits that I have achieved, okay? Because I do have an educational background, institutionalized. But I don't feel myself as sophisticated as smart. I'm not sophisticated. My mind, I'm this honest person. I said my mind can't handle all of the mental memorization of all that stuff. It's really hard and stressful. Even when I was in Job Corps, I got kicked off the campus too. They considered me a dangerous individual because of my lack of me taking my medication, which is not true anymore, okay? But of course, I digress. Affirmative action is dangerous, okay? It puts Africans or minorities. And what about the minority whites? What about the minority Asians? Okay, this is the confusing part. I say, wait a minute. If they're minorities, then why ain't they complaining? Okay, this happened way back in the 1970s. Okay, and I did some research on it, and I'm like, and they forced this to occur so they can have an equilibrium of peace and justice and justification for fixing things with what they did wrong. Who did what wrong? What? I don't understand. They shouldn't do that. Okay, but they did it, okay, in 1970s, okay, the affirmative action because of some court situations, because of some guy who said I felt discriminated against, and they said, okay, we will pass this bill because we have to make wrongs right, okay. So I could see it was a noble deed, but then that is not a good step to take, okay. I don't understand how. If one person said I feel discriminated against because the system is already stacked against me because of cultural differences and because of slavery, okay, I'm confused on why they should just change their ways. You know what they should have did instead? They should have put affirmative action, meaning that they should have took their professors and trained, okay, those individuals, okay, who wanted the education by professional teachers, okay, white teachers. But during those days, yeah, they should have just trained them, okay, instead of making it affirmative actions to get extra points to the minority. That's not something they should have did, okay, because I believe in something called genetics, and the study has been done way before that time. I'm just trying to get to the facts here, okay. Genetics is very important, okay, and if you have watered down races with higher end of races, okay, this will cause a dilemma in society. Every race has a different attributes of memory, which is based on how much capacity that they can remember with. It's something. It's something disturbing their mind. Like I said before, I try to study many types of intellectualisms, philosophies, and technicalities from the European empires, Chinese, Asian, Orientals. I try to do everything. I'm trying to be a Renaissance man. There's so much information, so many books I have read and understood and try to get to the point of. But the thing is, I can't retain all information not because of my health, not because of my nutrition, but I think it's genetics. Just to be honest, this knock everything out of the box. It's just genetics. Some races are not qualified. They won't be able to qualify, and they should just keep everyone down until they prove themselves worthy. Okay, it depends on the person who's actually training them. If they're too stringent or something like that, back in the 1950s and 40s, okay, discipline is gone now. And if we still had that discipline in the 40s and 50s, okay, oh my God, we will probably have a better America. But people are too lazy to do such a things. We don't have strong role models anymore. We don't have those individuals who are just prominent with the iron fist. I believe strongly if we had a dictator like what was shown in the movie called V for Vendetta, okay, then we would probably have a utopia of diversity, but I don't see it, okay? We have too many juvenile delinquents in jail now, okay? We'd have a lot of corruption now. We have a lot of gayness going on. We have a lot of feminists going on, okay? But that's what the white man wanted, okay? But if they wanted to destroy their own America, they created this chaotic country, okay? Killed off the Indians and killed off the Africans, had them in slavery. It's all about genetics, baby. So affirmative action is technically dangerous. I'm going to be sitting next to a white cracker in my class, okay? And he basically was a minority, okay? Let's put it like that. He's a white minority. Let's make believe here. And I actually earned my way into school. But he's a minority. He got in, but he got in the shortcut way. So my point's basically, I learned harder. I worked harder, but he had to do less to get in. Okay, I think that's very wrong. That's very wrong indeed. Okay, and so that's going to lead up to a problem in society, right? Right? Where people think they're smarter than average and they're really not, okay? But maybe that may be an advantage of what the white man is trying to do. They try to seem noble, but it's actually a psychological strategy. Okay, remember that, okay? Whatever they want, they shall have. The Rothschilds, the Bilderbergers, the Carnegies, or whatever you want to call them, all of the capitalist European empires, if they want it to be that way, it will happen because it's a psychological strategy. Okay, so if they want to come in and they could water down every fucking thing. That's their whole plan because they want you to be stupid, okay? And then you go up against the hierarchy. They say that Asians are starting to far surpass past these watered down Caucasoids, okay? Okay, but that's not the case. I believe that the Caucasians create these things, and the Asians are just studying more into it. They put more time into it because they only live in boxes over there. They live in fucking boxes. Asians live in boxes. They're smaller people. They have no life. What else can they do besides play video games? Okay, America is free. Okay, their country is communist. Okay, over there in those countries, that's why they have nothing better to do. Okay. So that's where their intellectualism go up because they're slaves in their own little world. But they should get rid of affirmative action. It just teach better. Okay, I think there's different methods on teaching. It makes it more exciting. Okay, shouldn't be boring. Okay, if you have the lower IQ race, which is blacks, okay, 70, 85% or whatever their IQ points or whatever it is, and if they can't learn in a certain particular way, like the Caucasoids can or the Asians can, then you have to change that way of strategy of teaching them. That's all. That's a simple method, okay? When I go into a white class, when a teacher teaches, he's boring, okay? But then I've met other teachers who I can learn very well, like my Greek mythology teacher. I give a pat on to. I wish I knew his name, but he gave me 5. I was an A student in the class, okay? Because I said, hey, you're one of the rare white teachers I've encountered who actually taught Greek mythology in the best way as possible. So it's partially genetic and it's partially the way the teachers are teaching. And if you don't understand it, what I'm talking about, screw you and fuck you, okay? It's all about genetics and how the way the teachers are teaching. Okay? So get rid of affirmative action, and I think America will grow even stronger. Peace.